Unit 1, Exercise 2. Dialogue 1.
Alison Taylor?
That's me. Oh, you must be Raj.
Yes, that's right. Hello, it's great to finally meet you in person after all our phone calls and emails.
Yes, I know. I hope you haven't been waiting long.
No, I just got here 10 minutes ago. So, how was the flight?
Long. Since the budget cuts, we've had to fly economy, and I must say I miss the legroom.
Tell me about it. Have the airlines forgotten that people are a lot taller now than they were 20 years ago?
Yes, indeed. And we're also quite a bit wider than we were 20 years ago.
Right.
At least I had an exit row seat. Anyway, I'd just like to wash my hands before we get going. Is there a toilet somewhere?
Yes, there's one just this way.
Dialogue 2.
Mr. Sims? Hello, I'm Kasia Janiak from BTO Systems. Welcome to Warsaw.
Hello, Miss Janiak. It's a pleasure to meet you.
A pleasure to meet you too. How was your flight?
Uneventful, thankfully. There was some turbulence over the North Sea, but otherwise no difficulties.
I'm glad to hear it. So, if you'll just come this way, the taxi is over here. I'll accompany you to your hotel.
Wonderful. Is the hotel far from here?
No, not at all. About 20 minutes or so.
Dialogue 3.
Hi, Paul. Good to see you again.
Hi, Anna. Good to see you too.
Sorry to keep you waiting. The train was on time, but the traffic here is terrible. There was only one lane open over the bridge, so the traffic was really slow. The taxi driver said it's been like that for weeks.
I know. The traffic here is a complete nightmare. I should have told you to take the ring road. Sorry, I completely forgot about that. Anyway, can I help you with your bags?
Oh, that would be great. Would you mind taking this? It's the projector for this afternoon's presentation.
Not at all. So, my office is just over here.
Unit 1, Exercise 6.
I can't believe it's so sunny here. It makes a nice change from England.
How was the weather when you left?
It was raining as usual. This summer has been terrible.
Well, we've been very lucky here. The last couple of weeks have been very warm.
Do you normally get good summers here?
It depends. Usually we get at least a few hot days, but sometimes it rains a lot.
I imagine the winters here must be pretty cold.
Oh, yes. Sometimes it goes down to minus 15.
Well, at least it never gets that cold in England. The winter there is usually just grey and wet. It can be quite depressing.
Ugh. Well, I'm glad the weather is nice for your visit here.
Unit 1, Exercise 8.
It's not far now. We'll be there in 5 minutes.
Great.
So, I thought you might like to check into your hotel first and drop off your things. Then we can grab a spot of lunch. There's a nice Italian place near your hotel.
Sounds good.
After that, we can go to the office. We have a meeting with the sales team at 2, as you know.
Yes, that should be interesting.
At 4, we are going to visit the production plant.
Right.
That should only take an hour. Then perhaps you can take a taxi back to your hotel and relax for a bit. I'll pick you up again at about 7 for dinner.
Oh, yes. It's the big company dinner tonight, isn't it?
Exactly. It should be really good. We're going to this fantastic French restaurant. The food there is amazing.
Unit 2, Exercise 1.
Hello, Miss Heiting. I'm Jose Maria Molinero. Welcome to Salas Design. It's very nice to meet you. Please, call me Sana.
And I am Jose Maria. It's not a girl's name, as you know.
No, I know. People have trouble with my name as well. It's got 2 syllables. Sana.
Right. So, did you have any trouble finding us?
No, not at all. The directions on your website were very clear.
Glad to hear it. So, if you'll just come this way, Sana, you can leave your briefcase and coat in my office, and then I'll take you around to meet a few members of the team. They're all looking forward to meeting you.
Great, me too. This is a lovely space you have here. Have you been in this location long?
No, we actually just moved into this building 6 months ago.
Well, it's really nice. Very bright and airy.
Yes, it's a huge improvement on our previous building, that's for sure.
How long has your company been around anyway? I should probably know that, shouldn't I?
Well, the company was founded by Rafael Salas 10 years ago. He was a very successful product designer for the American company Ideo, and he wanted to start something similar here in Spain.
Ah, okay. And how many people are in the company now? I only know the team I work with. You know, you, Mary, Greg, and the others. But it looks like there are quite a few people here.
Yes, we've really expanded over the last few years, in contrast to most Spanish companies, I suppose. We currently have 31 employees and about 7 different nationalities.
Very international. And that's a good number. Not too small, but you still know everyone, I suppose.
Exactly. And I'm very happy working here. Susana, before we meet the others, would you like something to drink? Tea, coffee, water, juice?
Ah, a cup of coffee would be great. I had an early start this morning.
No problem. How do you take it? Milk, sugar?
Just black, thanks.
Unit 2, Exercise 4.
Catherine, hi, nice to see you again.
Hi, Carl. Nice to see you too. Thanks for coming down to meet me.
Always a pleasure. Actually, after the restructuring last year, we all got moved around, so I wasn't sure you'd be able to find my office by yourself.
Oh, really? Where are you now?
On the 4th floor. They decided to put sales and marketing together, at last.
That does make more sense, doesn't it? And the reception area looks very nice.
Yes, they finally repainted it in June. Oh, here's the lift now. After you. Was the driver there to meet you at the airport?
Yes, she was. Thanks so much for arranging that.
It's the least I could do after your early start. You must be exhausted now.
Oh, I'm all right. I managed to get some sleep, actually.
Here we are. So, can I get you something to drink? How about a cup of that tea you like so much?
That would be wonderful. And maybe a glass of water too?
Coming right up. Here you are.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
You just don't get tea like this in Austria.
Unit 2, Exercise 7.
Oh, Catherine, would you mind waiting in my office for a few minutes? I just need to speak to a colleague before he leaves for Manchester this afternoon.
No problem, Carl. But where is your office now?
Oh, of course, you haven't been there yet. It's just down the corridor, the 3rd door on the left. But come with me, and I'll show you where it is.
Great, I'll just leave my bag here if that's okay with you. But actually, I thought maybe I could just pop by Roger's office and say hello.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he'd like to see you.
Where is he?
On the 3rd floor, so go out of the door and turn left to get into the lift. Then when you come out of the lift, go right, and it's the 1st door on your left. His name is on the door.
Great. So I'll meet you back here in about 10 minutes?
Sounds good. See you soon.
Unit 2, Exercise 10.
All right, well, the first person I'd like you to meet is Valerie Dufour. She's our marketing manager. Valerie, this is Sana Heiting.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Valerie.
Nice to meet you too.
And this is Mary Chan, our product designer. Have the two of you met before?
No, we haven't actually, but we've exchanged a lot of emails.
It's great to finally meet you. It's nice to put a face to a name, isn't it?
It certainly is. By the way, I really like the prototype you sent us for the new gauge.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. We're very happy with it too.
Yes, Mary's got a great team working with her.
I know. I'm very lucky. Talking of which, this is my assistant, Greg Sanchez. I think you've had contact with him, haven't you?
Ah, nice to meet you, Greg. I'm always sending you faxes, aren't I?
That's right. Good to meet you, Mrs. Haitink.
Please call me Sana. Sorry about the mix-up with the specifications, by the way. We had a bit of a crisis back in Leiden.
No problem. I'm just glad everything worked out.
And finally, this is Emin Murad, our sales manager for Turkey and the Middle East.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Emin, nice to meet you, Sana.
Nice to meet you too.
Well, I won't ask you to remember all of that, but you'll have a chance to get to know everyone better later.
Sounds good. I'm afraid I'm not very good with names.
I know what you mean. So, shall we get some lunch?
Sounds even better.
Unit 3, Exercise 1.
Sorry, Sana. It always takes a few minutes for everyone to arrive.
Not to worry. Is Anya still with the company, by the way? I didn't see her when Jose Maria was showing me around.
She's not, actually. She left last July. As a matter of fact, she's in Utrecht now. That's near you, isn't it?
It's not too far. Interesting. I should send her an email. Do you know what she's doing there?
She's working as a designer for a bicycle manufacturer. I heard from her a couple of weeks ago, and she says things are going well.
Oh, that's good to hear. Actually, she did say she wanted to move closer to the sea one day. She enjoys sailing, doesn't she?
That's right. She took us all out on her boat the weekend before she left. It was a lot of fun.
I can imagine.
What about Chris? How's he doing these days?
He's doing fine. He says hello, by the way. He was promoted to product manager recently, so he's in the office more these days.
Ah, that explains why I never see him at the trade fairs anymore.
Hi, everyone. Sorry I'm a bit late. Just needed to gather some files for our meeting. So if everyone would like to take a copy of today's agenda?
Unit 3, Exercise 8. Conversation 1.
So, shall we start again at, say, 3:30?
Sounds good.
Fine by me. Can I get you a coffee, Sana?
Yes, that would be great. Thanks, Mary. Can I just use the ladies' room first, though?
Sorry?
Can I use your toilet?
Oh, of course. It's just down the corridor, second door on the left.
Great, thanks.
Conversation 2.
Here's your coffee. Just black, right?
That's right, thanks. That's an interesting painting you've got there, Jose Maria.
Yes. A friend of mine did it.
Really? It's very colorful.
That's his specialty. He's quite well known here in the area.
Does he do smaller ones as well? It's my husband's birthday next month, and I know he would like his style.
Sure. I can give you his phone number if you like. Just wait a second while I'll try to find it.
Conversation 3.
So, Zana, is it your first time in Spain?
Actually, no, I've been here a few times.
Oh, really? Was that for business or pleasure?
Both. At my old company, we did a lot of business with a firm in Barcelona. So I went over there a few times, and I've been to San Sebastian a couple of times.
As a tourist?
Yes, to the jazz festival. My husband and I are huge jazz fans.
Oh, that's interesting.
What about you? Have you ever been to the Netherlands?
Just once, when I was a teenager. I did a school trip to Amsterdam.
Uh-huh. And did you like it?
Yes, I loved it. Especially all the canals and cafes.
Unit 4, Exercise 1. Conversation 1.
And then this is the cathedral here. This kind of architecture is typical of our region.
Wow, it's really impressive. How old is it?
Oh, I should know that. I think it's from the 15th century, but I'm not totally sure. We can go inside and check if you like.
Oh, it's not so important. I mean, it might be nice to know, but...
Conversation 2.
That's the castle I was telling you about earlier. It was built by King Heinrich II. In German, it's called a Schloss.
Ah, that's what Schloss means. I saw it on a sign back there. It really is beautiful.
Well, actually, it was almost completely destroyed by bombing in the war, and then rebuilt in the 1960s. So it's not all as old as it looks.
It's terrible how many historic buildings were damaged in the war.
Oh, that was all a long time ago.
Conversation 3.
Now, this is something we're really proud of. It's our town's new art gallery.
My goodness, I've never seen a building like that before.
It was designed by the American architect Renzo Kindeslieb. Part of the building used to be a brewery. Brewing used to be a big industry here in Schwarzburg.
Really? Do they still make beer here?
Not anymore. The brewery shut in 1992 after reunification. Anyway, the building is supposed to look like a beer bottle.
Oh, yes. I see that now.
It's good, isn't it? He actually won a prize for it.
I don't understand why it doesn't fall over.
Neither do I. It's amazing, isn't it?
Unit 4, Exercise 6.
So, are you both from Modena originally?
I am, but Cristina is from Milano.
Well, a little village about 60 kilometers from Milano, actually. But I normally say I'm from Milano because it's easier.
Ah, okay. So, how long have you lived here?
7 years. I went to university in Torino, and then when I graduated, I moved to Modena because of my boyfriend. He's from here.
And do you like living here?
I do. I mean, it's maybe a bit on the small side, and there's not much nightlife, but the quality of life is really good here. And it's really nice that you can be out in the countryside in just 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's something I miss working in a city. I grew up on a farm, so I miss the countryside sometimes.
Interesting. Well, if we have time, perhaps we can drive out into the country. It's really beautiful.
That would be nice. I've actually got the afternoon free tomorrow, and I was wondering if you had any recommendations for things to do.
There's a fantastic car museum at Panzano, which is not far from here. It's in a beautiful castle. I can take you if you like.
Well, that's very kind of you, but my flight's at 6 p.m., so I should probably stay in town just to make sure I get to the airport in time.
I know what you can do. The antique fair is on tomorrow. There are about 200 stands. It's really good.
That sounds great. I love antiques. Where is it exactly?
Parco Novi Sud. I'll take you if you want.
Well, if it's no trouble...
None at all. I'll pick you up at the hotel. Say 10?
Unit 4, Exercise 11. Conversation 1.
I was wondering if you would like to join us for dinner tonight.
That sounds really nice. Thanks very much.
Conversation 2.
How about meeting for a coffee next week?
I'd love to, but I'm actually away at a trade fair all next week. How about the week after that?
Conversation 3.
I have an extra ticket for the opera tonight. Would you like to come?
Oh, that's very kind of you. But I'm meeting a friend for dinner this evening. Maybe you can let me know next time you're going.
Conversation 4.
My partner and I are having a party next Saturday. We were hoping you could come.
Thanks. I'd like that very much.
Unit 5, Exercise 1.
This looks a really nice place.
I hope you like it, Anna. We come here quite often with visitors. It's very typical. Are you hungry?
Well, I got up early this morning and I only had a tiny sandwich on the plane.
So?
I'm absolutely starving.
I'm afraid they don't have menus in English here, but just say if you need help with anything.
Okay. How many courses are we having, Carlo?
A starter and a main course, then we can decide later about dessert.
That's fine with me. Where are the starters?
They're here. Then these are fish dishes, and the meat ones are on the next page.
What do you recommend?
Everything is good.
What's this?
That's mushrooms in a cream sauce.
Oh, I'm having that. Followed by the tuna. It comes with asparagus and small potatoes roasted in the oven.
That sounds great. I'll have the same, with a salad instead of the potatoes. What about you, Bruno?
I'll have the soup followed by the pasta. I don't eat much meat these days.
Is that for health reasons?
Yes, my wife thinks I should lose a little weight. She's probably right. What would you like to drink?
White wine? And maybe some water?
Just the water for me, Bruno. I'm driving. I thought I could show you the old town and the cathedral later.
That would be lovely.
Well, I'm not driving, so I'll share a bottle of white with Anna. You can choose the water, Carlo.
Okay, sparkling in that case. Right, let's see if we can catch the waiter's attention.
Unit 5, Exercise 6.
So, how did you like the tuna, Anna?
Oh, it was very tasty and perfectly cooked. How was your pasta?
Very nice indeed. The sauce was wonderful, and just the right amount.
Would anybody like dessert?
Let's wait a bit, shall we?
Good idea. So, do you come here often?
Usually when I have guests. It's a bit rich for every day.
What about you, Bruno?
I used to eat here a lot when I worked in this part of town, but as I said, my wife is trying to get me to eat better these days.
So, are you married as well, Carlo? You mentioned your mother-in-law earlier.
Yes, I just got married last year, actually. We had a great honeymoon in Croatia.
Really? We went to Croatia last summer for our holiday. It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Oh, it certainly is. We played tennis nearly every day. It was great. Do you do any sports, Anna?
Just jogging. Can I run anywhere here?
Yes, there is a lovely run from your hotel through the woods down to the old town and back. I'll show you later.
Thanks.
You were saying you went to Croatia last year. Where else have you been?
Greece, Turkey, France. Talking of France, I've still got room for dessert. Let's look at the menu, shall we?
Unit 5, Exercise 12.
Well, I don't know about you two, but I'm ready to hit the hay.
Sorry?
You know, I'm tired, ready for bed.
Oh, me too. It's been a long day.
Does anyone want a coffee?
No, thanks.
Me neither.
I'll get one with the bill. Let me try and catch the waiter. Excuse me? Can I have a black coffee and the bill, please?
Let me get this.
No, it's okay. I'll get it. You're our guest.
Seriously, it's on me. You have paid for everything all day. I'm going to put it on expenses anyway.
Well, that's very kind.
Yes, very generous.
You're very welcome. Now, the waiter was great. How much can I tip him?
Just round up the total and add 10%. Tell him to keep the change.
But I'm paying by card.
In here? Unlikely.
But I don't have any cash on me.
Maybe we should pay after all. They only take cash.
Unit 6, Exercise 2. Conversation 1.
I'm sorry, but I couldn't help noticing you've got a chipper bag. Do you work for them?
No, actually, they're one of our suppliers.
What a coincidence. They're one of our suppliers too. I'm Ute Adener, by the way.
Lloyd Roberts, nice to meet you. So, Ute, what company are you with?
I'm the head of purchasing at Pixdorf. We make software for retail POS systems.
Oh, yes, I've heard of your company before. Am I right in thinking you're based in Frankfurt?
Yes. Well, just outside Frankfurt, actually. In a little place called Bad Homburg.
Right.
And who do you work for?
I work in the purchasing department of a small company called Specialized Solutions in Birmingham.
Right. I don't think I've come across them before.
So I assume you're here for the trade fair?
Yes, exactly.
This is quite a nice hotel, isn't it?
Oh, it is. The breakfast this morning was delicious.
Conversation 2.
Excuse me. Do you know if this is the stop for the CASPA trade fair?
Yes, it is. The next bus should be arriving in 5 minutes.
Great. What a beautiful day.
Yes, it is, isn't it? In France it was raining all last week, so this is a nice change.
I know. I'm from Germany, near Frankfurt, and it was actually snowing when I left.
Oh. So, are you looking after a stand at the fair?
No, I'm actually just here to look around and do some networking. You know. What about you?
We have a stand here. I'm with a French company called Plein Air, and we're introducing new inventory software.
Oh, that sounds interesting. Where are you based?
In Toulouse. Do you know it?
Oh, yes. I visited Toulouse and the area last summer, actually. It's a wonderful part of France. Airbus has its headquarters there, right?
That's right. It's the backbone of the city's industrial base. In fact, the whole region's. And what about you? What do you do?
I'm the head of purchasing at Pixdorf.
And that's near Frankfurt, you said?
Exactly, Bad Homburg. Have you ever been to Germany?
Only once on a school exchange. I keep meaning to visit, though. Ah, here's our bus.
Great.
Please, after you.
Conversation 3.
Excuse me. Do you mind if I join you?
Not at all.
I'm Ute Adener.
Nice to meet you. I'm Per Jensen.
Nice to meet you too. Do you know if it's the table service here or do we have to go to the counter?
It's table service, so you can sit back and relax.
Yeah, I really need a break. So when did you get here?
On Monday. And you?
Just today, actually. So what do you think of the fair so far?
It's quite good. Certainly better than last year.
Have you seen anything interesting?
Well, one company has developed a really nice security device for clothing. It's very secure, but doesn't damage clothing the way current tags do. That's always a real headache for us.
Really? That sounds like something worth checking out.
Well, if you want to take a look, just go to section B. The stand is right near the door.
Thanks for the tip.
Unit 6, Exercise 6.
So you see, we really have some very exciting new products.
They're certainly very interesting. Anyway, let me give you my card.
Thank you. Now, I absolutely have to show you our new wireless printer. Let me just get it for you. It's just
Listen, that's very kind of you, but I should probably get going.
It'll only take a minute. It's really one of our most interesting developments.
I'd love to see it, but I should really get going. I'm actually supposed to be meeting someone in 10 minutes.
Oh, I'm sure they won't mind if you're a couple of minutes late.
Why don't I come back afterwards to take a look?
Well, if you're sure you don't have time.
No, I'm afraid I really should go. I'll come back right after my appointment.
Great. I'll be here.
See you in a little while then.
See you later.
Unit 6, Exercise 10. A.
Oh no, it's the last day of the fair, and I've only managed to hand out 3 business cards. That means I've got to get rid of 197 today, or my boss'll kill me. Perhaps I'll just give one to everyone on the plane back tonight.
B.
Look at this amazing pen I got at the Sony stand. It's also a voice recorder. I can't believe they give away such cool stuff these days.
C.
It always amazes me at trade fairs how people carry around these ugly free bags. They're wearing their best €1,000 suits, but they have these €1 bags they've got from the sponsor. Isn't that weird?
D.
I had this really strange experience earlier today. I was in the bathroom washing my hands, and this guy comes up to me and tries to give me his business card. In the bathroom. Can you imagine?
E.
This is really the worst organised trade fair I've ever seen. My 5-year-old son could do a better job of running it.
F.
I'm sorry I keep looking at my phone. My daughter is ill today, and my husband is at home looking after her. I'm waiting for him to call me to tell me how she is. I hate being away from home when my kids are ill.
Unit 6. Output.
That reminds me of a trip I made to Paris last year. It was a complete nightmare. I got to Heathrow around 4 to find my flight is cancelled and all other flights are full. I have to go because I have a really important meeting. So I get a taxi down to London and jump on the Eurostar. Just outside London, the train grinds to a halt and we stay there for about 2 hours. Everyone rushes to the buffet car and all the food goes within about an hour. I'm right at the back of the queue and get nothing. I finally get to Paris just after midnight and grab a cab. The driver looks at me strangely, wondering why I'm out so late. He takes ages finding the hotel, and we finally stop outside a very dark Hotel California. Honestly, that's the name. The driver races off, and I ring the bell and wait. I ring the bell. I wait. Finally, after an age, the door is opened by a young guy who looks half asleep. No chance of dinner. Everything in the area is closed. Oh well, just give me my bed. The lift is broken, so I walk up to the 4th floor. I open the door and scream, because there, right in the middle of a pure white bedspread, is the largest spider you've ever seen.